So over the weekend, I had time to collect. I'll collect a lot of thoughts, and a lot of weeks prior to today, I've constantly said we don't train common sense. We're gonna come back to that because now I guess I'm gonna have to, so it's fine. We'll start from the very beginning. So this is a moving company where you're hired by a buyer that needs direction. And then with their direction, I provide a solution. That's how I make a living, the same as you guys do. So some of us make more money on that solution than others. So what I wanted to talk mostly about today is image, perception, reality, and then the weird gift that we all have. We all have the same gift. So image, perception, and reality are all three different. And so image is the way you feel about yourself that someone else will maybe see or not see. So your image of yourself in the mirror may not be seen by the viewer the same as you think. So then we move into what's perception. And perception is, best way I can categorize it as every single person on Instagram that shows you all these vacations they're going on. Perceptually, you would think that they have the best life but they have the best life. So naturally you get jealous. Like, I'll flip. I got to move somebody today. This dude's got his feet in the sand in India. But what you're not seeing is the reality. And the reality is that person may have borrowed from someone at 50% interest rate to take this little honey to the pond and then flex on Instagram, but really come back home. What was a $5,000 vacation turned into be 10, and then a year later can't pay it, and they come and take his car. But then the whole year they're posting their brand new Mercedes on Instagram, and you would think they were just balling until the one day that someone came and took it. So just remember that. So people can take any of these things and run with them. They can take your image, they can take your perception, and then make it their reality. So nothing that we're doing is special. It's actually an industry standard, right? I mean, we gotta have a uniform on, we gotta have regular real shoes on, you gotta have deodorant on, you have to have brushed your teeth, you have to have clean underwear on, I hope, okay? And all these things, just the same as you have to have water, your own solution to your own water. Just like you should have your own solution to your own food. Because that is, I don't hire you, change your clothes, wash your clothes, feed you, and water you. It just doesn't work that way, dude. That's the reason why we just pay you an hourly rate, industry standards, try to keep it real, and then you have to manage yourself. You have to manage yourself. That means you have to manage your money. So whether you get a big pie or a little pie, it's all the same pie, dude. It's all the same pie. It's just a matter of how you handle it. So you're never going to really get big pie unless you focus on how to get more little pies. So if you don't focus on the little pies and you always focus on the big pie, you're going to get discouraged and give up on that dream. So it's one foot before the other. That being said, there is a gift that every single one of you have, and that is real simple. I'm gonna let you decide if it's a gift or a skill. But y'all know when someone's looking at you. Your human brain knows when someone's looking at you, right? Do you think that's a skill or do you think that's a gift? I hope that you know it's a gift because it's never a skill. You didn't acquire that. No one taught you that. You have no idea, but you just know when they're looking at you, right? So now, you know, I'm looking at you. So there's your gift from me today. I'm looking at every aspect that you bring to the table at all times in this office. So don't classify it as I'm bored. No, player, I'm not bored. That's the reason why I'm doing it. I'm making sure you're a leader. And if you're a follower, I'm classifying you as an investment or a liability. Real simple. So now you all have that gift, use it. Because I'm watching every single aspect. Shirt tucked in. Notice that's the first thing I said. Shirt tucked in. Smile. Smile means you left your problems at the door. And then you came ready to be a part of something. That's part of being a team. And so those are the number 2 things I'm most looking for right now. Shirt tucked in, ready to go, impressive. Your shirt tucked in is the image I invest in. You may not, because you didn't buy a belt. So that's not something you see as an investment. But the problem is you don't know how much I charge per hour for you to have the living that you do. Therefore, for you not have a belt, all of a sudden becomes my problem. So I'll sell belts starting tomorrow. I'm going to sell belts. So that your violation is not, when you come in without a belt on, it's not a violation, it's a gift. You knew I was watching. You're going to I'm going to have the belt, it's going to be a receipt attached to it. And you're just going to pay for it. Or you can go to Walmart and pick out your own striped belt. You want blue, purple, you can have whatever color you want, Joe. Just messing with you. The point I'm trying to make is, would you hire you? A lot of you don't really know because you don't hire anything. You don't. That's kind of the point of, we make this pie so that we can keep it. And so you go home and you do everything yourself so you don't have to hire someone. And that's awesome. That leaves more pie for you. I want you to understand that I know some of you have people that are eating off of your pie that you go home with from me. And that means that you're not focusing on their needs as well as mine without a belt. Because my number 1 thing I just said I'm looking for is a belt and a smile. So when you start seeing your 40 hours shrink to 30 to 25 to 20, don't worry about asking others, are y'all working today? Are y'all busy? Why ain't he working me? No, it's real simple, bro. Snapshot yourself every moment you can in the mirror before you come to work. And ask yourself, would I hire me? Because eventually you're going to catch on or you're going to get on. It's real simple. Because it's simple. You're either an investment or a liability. Period. There's no middle. There's no middle anymore. And so I'm gonna skip that part and move on and try to change your perception so that we can go in a positive direction with this meeting. So, if you ever notice when you're lost, you don't pull over and ask someone for the solution. What do you ask for? You ask for a direction, right? Mm-hmm. You do realize that you're lost because you didn't plan properly. It's not that I got you lost. I provided the truck and the phone. You're lost because you did not plan properly. And as drivers, y'all understand that you're relying on the people beside you just the same as they're relying on you to get them safe, get there safely. So when they're over here asleep, hit them. Tell them to pull up that address on Google Maps. Zoom in, look at the driveway so you know which mailbox you're going to. Because when you pass a house or if you're lost, you've cost everybody so much time. What's funny is you get lost, you're the driver, but the guys that are riding in the truck blaming on you that you didn't start at 10 o'clock because you got lost. Are you going to blame it on the truck or me? Or are you just going to own up, bro? Own up. I got lost. I'm sorry. I got lost. But it's really not I. It's we got lost. we are in the same truck, and when you pull over to somebody, you're not going to ask them, what's the solution? You're just going to ask them, how do I get here and how do I do that? Da, 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 da. Well, to be honest with you, what if you could predict your own future? What if I teach you how to predict your own future? You think I'm lying? I mean, I've been doing this for years, dude. And I predict my own future. Shoot, I'm good. I'm actually fat and happy. I predict my own future daily. I focus on my future daily. So as you're here today, for today, focus on tomorrow too. I mean, I could throw biblical out there, but I'm just trying to give you an example. Every day that you don't wake up to try to be better as a better person and a better mover and all these other things, you're busy dividing yourself and dying because you're all of a sudden not doing what you want to do. Therefore, you're doing what you don't want to do, which therefore means you're going in the direction you don't want to go. Therefore means you're the problem, not me. Because I'm going the direction that I want to go. That is with you today. Everybody that's sitting here is because I want to go in a positive direction with you. That's it. That's it. So, predicting it, y'all have ever noticed that some of you have the gift of where you could say, I should have seen that coming? Or, man, look, some of you are in relationships, it's been going up and down for 3 or 4 months. All of a sudden, she throws your ass out. I should have seen that coming. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You can predict the future. You chose to ignore the signs that were in your face. Some of you may not know what signs look like until you've already passed them. That's the difference between you and I. Because I've laid on my back for 8 months and had to trust everyone around me. But then I started noticing things are signs, dude. They're signs, dude. The leaves are changing, player. That's a sign it's going to start getting cold. Guess what? You're going to need a sweatshirt, and then you're going to need little long pants, and then you're still going to need the belt. So I'm going right back to that. So there are obvious signs that you may be ignoring. I'll give you an example. The obvious signs are when a driver can't seem to back up where you tell them to. They just can't. Those are obvious signs that some of you may discredit and not tell me about. See, that driver could be the one that hits a home and destroys it so badly to where, yes, we're insured at that time, but that may be the reason why we don't get renewed. And that could have been solved by you, by not allowing him to go backwards unless you're back there. Hey, you're going to tell me I can't tell that man what to do. I can't tell him this. I can't tell him that. Name one driver that's actually the boss. None. Well, there's a few, but I'm just saying, in my history, I don't focus on making the driver the boss because he's got so much other shit going on. He prefer to share it. And if I was a driver, I prefer to share the responsibility with my number B, my B man, my man, because his ass is gonna get out and help me back in, just like I'm in there doing paperwork. He's in the house doing floor protection, things like that. All right. That being said, if you got a partner that just doesn't get it, he just needs to go on because I don't want to invest in him anymore. But y'all are gonna wait for me to see the signs. So then it's going to hurt because I'm no longer going to talk to you about it. I'm just going to X you out because I already see the signs, dude. I already see the signs. I'm going to show you some signs in a minute. But there are obvious reasons that we have problems. I think we're just going in the wrong direction. That's it. So have you ever noticed someone living in the wrong direction? What's so funny? They may be living in the wrong direction, but actually smiling in your face. And you see the direction because you're not in their bubble. And most of the time, we all settle for our bubble because that's what we assume to be happy. Just like predicting the future, you look at someone and say, damn, dude, I couldn't even be in that relationship. You know, she's cheating or he's cheating or nobody's cheating. Damn, I just feel bad for them. All those things, all this and that. You ever told them? You ever told them, dude? No. Because you're afraid to. You're afraid to pull them off like, yeah, man, here's really the real deal. Duh, 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 duh. Right? Well, you're predicting their future. You're keeping them from getting lost. They ask for the solution. You give them the direction. You could have prevented them from wasting all those years with that person. You may see something that they don't. You may know something that they don't. But you choose to look the other way. You choose to ignore their future. I hope I'm not talking in circles to you. I hope I'm helping you out. Because some of you may see someone else's direction. And just because you choose not to say something, that makes you just as bad as the person that's doing it to them. So that gives you no points in my life. What gives me points is you go, if it's a personal matter, you personally talk to them. But I'm only here to talk about business. So if it's a business matter, I prefer that you bring it to me or and let us go and talk to this person and see if we can make things work out. But the fact that you kept your mouth shut, you're preventing that person's future here at the company, and you're preventing an accident that could happen in the future. And we're going to wind up in a moment, oh, I should have seen that coming. I can't see it coming. You're the eyes. You're the eyes. You're in the field, dude. You're out there in front of the customer's face. I'm in here. I'm booking moves. That's what you want me to do. My job is to book you moves. Your job is to do it. It's that simple. So if we don't do anything about it, then we're going to all go in the wrong direction. And eventually, of course, none of us are going to be happy. And then, of course, we're all going to move on, which makes you and everything that you're doing to me a liability. Because you're no longer a profit. Do you understand that? Does that make sense? Some of you can go to sleep. Motherfucker, that makes you the liability. You ain't got to listen to me. But you're either profit or liability. Let me explain why a side chick is a liability. A side chick is a liability because your main chick may find out about the side chick. That's in y'all's terms. Now, my terms is your side hustle or the job that you're looking for online or all these things that you're trying to do online to get another job may, once the current job holder, which is me, finds out about you either doing a second job or looking for a second job, and then if I find out, it immediately makes you the liability. Because this is America, and I know you all want to go up in life. Why don't you just tell the main chick about the side chick and get permission? They say no, that's fine. Move on. So if I say no, you cannot work off, you cannot have the weekends off. I do not want you to do moves on the side. And if you decide to do it, fine. That's up to you. But you're now a part of my liability, which I'm going to go my human resources way and replace you. Because I'm looking for the future of this business so that I can have something to hand down. Hand down. Hands down. That's my goal. I'm building something to pass off to someone I love. I'm not going to be in this forever. Everybody wants to know my goal? That's my goal, bro. That's it. And if not, I'm going to sell. That's it, dude. I'm going to sell. And I'm going to sell to the highest bidder. And if you're here, that gives you golden seat. But my goal is not to build a business for my hair to fall out and me to go around and daddy everybody. It doesn't work that way anymore. And I'm not going to use the word daddy anymore. I'm going to call it big bro. So, personal problems cannot be fixed like a car. Your personal problems cannot be fixed like a car. Or a TV that you damage. Or a dresser that you damage. Okay? Because you have what we call memory. That's the difference between the car and you. We can't fix you. But remember, we can fix the furniture that you damaged. But the point I'm trying to get to is my customers have memories. And they only move statistically once every 5 to 6 years. So I'm here to choose the best providers to provide the best memories for my clients. Remember I said that. So if you're not providing the best memories for my clients, then you're not the best fit for me. Because my clients need to have memories so that they discuss us with other people. That's called viral marketing, which is free. And we all like free stuff, clearly, free lunch and free water. Why can't we focus on the free marketing? Oh, why aren't we busy? Why don't we have enough hours? It's because in the past we weren't focusing on the free marketing. And I know we've been focusing on it lately because I'm seeing the reviews rise. I mean, I saw them this morning. There's like 4. Boom. I mean, but they're all done by the same service provider. So it's like a switch, and that person's just been switched on. And I didn't ask. I think that person's starting to see the light, see the direction. You understand? So I'm basically going to explain your past follows you everywhere you go. So the same way you enter my life will probably be the same way you exit. So when you come here talking about your current employer, that's because when you leave me, you're going to talk about me to the next employer. You don't believe me? I promise you I can let you start interviewing all these people. If they have a problem, because their job history is about this big at every place. It's about that big. So I can easily call them and find out what's going on. Legally, they can't tell me. This guy hit every day he drove, but he ran into everything. That's illegal. No, the only thing they're going to say is he's not eligible for rehire. So you left them with a memory of you. And now that memory has now become something I'm going to remember. Okay? So your actions create memories here. I'm a person that is choosing whether or not I want to use you based on statistics and memories. So avoiding problems is really simple. Look at the direction that we're going, and it's very simple to solve the problems in the future by focusing on the problems that are here today. Does that make any sense to people? Mm-hmm. I hope it does, because it's a way to be reminded of what's going on. Because some of you may not have the principles that are required for our industry. In our industry, I'm talking about movers. We're in someone's home. They've hired us to hire you. And now, principles are different than common sense. Principles are what your grandma taught you. Principles are the yes ma'am, no ma'am, thank you, and all those things. Those are principles, not common sense. So principles are invisible. And they're acknowledged and recognized. They're not trained. I can't train you to have principles. You just either have it or don't. But if you don't have the principles, you're definitely not going to have the common sense. And if you don't have the common sense, you ain't going to be able to ride with somebody like me, dude. Because we're going to run over you, aren't we? Because he knows my grandma. He knows. He knows. Because when it comes down to that moment of doing wrong or right, y'all going to be let hang because we ain't going to do the wrong. We're going to back out. We're going to sell out. So if you call me to do something stupid, and they may talk about it all the way, but when it comes down to actually doing it, we're going to back out. We've got the principles and the common sense. It's hereditary. It's passed down. And then your grandma taught you. But unfortunately, some people's grandmas may have been in the game. They may have been in the game. You just unfortunately may have gotten skipped on those principles. But you have enough common sense to know in life you do good, you get good. You do bad, you're going to get what? Bad. you're going to get back. So path, solution, and direction. I just told you path, solution, and direction. All right. The way that we get to where we want to be in life is the exact same way we get where we don't want to be in life. It's patterns, directions. It's acquired over time. If you're just all of a sudden in a bad spot, it's not because of something that happened today, immediately. It's because over time, you let it happen. In your relationships, in your love, in your happiness, and everything. You let it happen. So don't be mad when it just surfaces and slaps you in the face. Because that's kind of what this is. Because to me, the customers call for direction. I provide a solution. That is my secret sauce. Everybody wants to know my secret sauce? How does Aaron book millions of dollars in revenue right up under your nose? How does he do it? I provide a solution to someone who needs a direction. And the way that I present the solution makes me better than any other service provider. And it's because I'm honest, I have the principles and the common sense to listen, and I'm providing you. So you're the face of the company, not me. What's your plan? You're the face of the company. Yeah, you might be tired of being in the truck. What else is there to do, dude? You want to sit in here and book moves? Or me? I mean, I have to book the moves so that you guys get the jobs. So I can't experiment with salespeople and then we not get the jobs. And then you guys not to get the hours. We're not in that position. I have to book them. I have to be here. And I have to be committed to you the same as you're committed to me. Right? Mm-hmm. So if we recognize our consequences to our actions now, right now, we will change the direction of where this company's going. That's it, dude. What else you want me to say? You want my secret sauce? You want my plan? You want my heart? You want my love? You want my commitment? You want my team? You want to be around when we decide to make it rain? Then choose to be around. Choose. So I'm going to show you 3 photos of the bad direction, which are in the past. And I don't use the past to define my future. Because if that's the case, then I wouldn't be the character I am. Do you understand that? If I use the past to define my presence, that means the character I'm offering you today is just the same as yesterday. And which is not true. Which is totally opposite. So I didn't humiliate you. I didn't anger you. I hope I encouraged you to do better. Because there are people out there who would love to have someone like me in their life. I pay. I do personal favors whenever it's really needed. I help. I guide you in how to repair products. I buy locks when you can't. I offer Uber when you can't. I replace keys when you're not around, when it was your mistake. All of a sudden it became my mistake. And you mean to take, you took my keys home by accident. I know. But the next morning, you're not here, and that's no accident. You understand how that works? You took the keys by accident, but they're not returned. That's no accident. That is purpose. So you chose not to deliver my keys on purpose. Therefore, I decide to replace them on purpose and take them out of your check because I have to, not on purpose. Does that make any sense? Mm-hmm. And the reason why I have to is because there are people like Joe standing around on the clock. And you can't afford that. So I replace the key. But help me out. Do the people standing around, do I ever get reimbursed for that? Do I ever take that out of your check? Mm-mm. I would just want to hear it.
Nope.
So that makes you a liability. And you know it when you didn't deliver the keys the next morning on purpose. So when you leave from here And you want to talk about how much I take out of your check? Why don't y'all start talking about what I have done for you rather than what I do? Why don't y'all start putting positive out there, right? Like, here, Roger, when there's no work, I allow you to clean, right? And I pay you in cash so you can leave with some money. This morning, my nephew didn't have any money. I bought him breakfast. Turns out I bought everybody's breakfast. That's fine. Did I complain? Not one thing. Not one thing. I mean, I got people that literally, don't take offense to this, are, to me, in my eye, one is an eagle, one is a future eagle, in a truck with no seatbelt on 2 days in a row. And that on me by saying it was the truck and that they were broken. Those two people are going to sit in that truck and show me where it's broken. The seatbelts are not broken. Do you understand why we have seatbelts? Seatbelts are to prevent you from getting hurt so that you can continue on the next day. And I'm insured. So if you hit someone by being you and not wearing a seatbelt, you can wind up like me. Real quick, when you can't work ever again, Mama's going to buy an attorney to sue me and my insurance. But what we're going to do is prove that we provided legitimate seatbelts, and I'm going to prove that you did not put them on. And I'm going to prove your negligence, and I'm going to win my defense. Then the cost of my defense, I'm going to countersue you. I ain't going to say that behind your back. I'm going to tell you right in your face. So you don't want to wear my seatbelts. You're putting yourself at financial devastation. Mm-hmm. Because you can wind up like me. And I promise you, it's really hard to make a living with no hands. It's so hard, guys. You can't just go out there and start a moving business. It takes love. Then dedication from people that you may not have in your life. I was fortunate to have. And when I say love, my nephew was like 10 years old. So I had love from people that I built relationships with throughout my industry. Okay? So they loved me that much to do whatever to help me get back on my feet. So I'm just saying, make your choices very wisely, because I'm making mine right now. And so today we're all good. But next week is Labor Day on Monday. But then Tuesday we start the highest performance level I'm going to expect. And if you're not that performance level expectation, doesn't mean I'm going to get rid of you. That just means I'll know. And then that being said, that puts your future here with me at jeopardy. Because there's no coming back, is there? You mess me up on these apartments, there's absolutely nothing that you can do to turn it around. So you can build this bridge up all you want and crumble in a second. Because I'm relying on you to be there at 8 a.m. There at the job site. There. And you know what kind of commitment that takes. As drivers, y'all got to be here at like 7. Well, 7 is even pushing it. And the job's not even far. It's right down the street. But I need this. I need this. This company needs this referral and this business to float through the slow season. That's it, bro. I'm just letting you know. It's a big deal. And if you can't handle big pressure, then go. Leave. Bye. There's so many people on .com that would love to come. Don't believe me? Sit around and watch all your new people that pop up by Friday. And don't forget about the 20 temps that will be there on Tuesday. And my main people, you're going to be responsible for their hours. You're going to look at them and tell them, yes, we're going on lunch, and no, I'm not buying it. And you're going to chow down on this cheeseburger as this man's looking at you like, principles and common sense. If you tell that man up front, look, man, we're going to go to lunch at 1 o'clock, dude, and I don't know if you have any money or whatever, but you got from 8 a.m. to 1 o'clock to figure it out. And then, if not, then I'm just going to leave you here and let you smoke all the cigarettes you want and drink all the water. But don't take them with you to lunch. Not unless you want to buy them food. Because you're a bad person. If you have extra $5 in your pocket and you don't buy this man lunch. And then, you're a horrible person if you tell me about it. And I tell them about it to get the $5 back. You're really not a horrible person. You understand what I'm saying? They go back and tell people, he's horrible. He takes things out of my check. Oh, Lord, you forgot about that $20 lunch, didn't you? You forgot. Man, I'm not buying lunch anymore. I'm out busy buying your tool bags. It's crazy. I'm out buying your mattress bags. I'm out buying, paying. Dude, do you have any clue how much this tax is? I'm out paying them. So, yeah, if I got any dollar left over, now I'm 33% to those people. And all these other things. Y'all have no idea. So, you just think I'm balling? That is sad, sad news. Because the moment you open up your business is the moment you might as well close it. Because nobody's out here balling. I'm balling in relationships, though. I'm balling in bonds. I'm building them so strong to where you can't take them. You can't take them. You can't take them. No money will take the bonds I'm building. So hate on them all you want. But they're the ones to tell you to leave, not me. So I'm just hoping that everybody takes this structurally and we can move on in a positive direction. Let's get this money. Let's build something up. Let's make a team. There's plenty of room to grow in here. I need another person in there giving quotes. I really do. But we don't have enough leads. And how are we going to get more leads? Let's just start with the reviews, dude. It's real simple. It's a simple process. I'm not doing that today. But it's a simple process. Okay? All right. That's it, man. Anybody afraid to ask me a question? Because apparently that's what I hear. Is people are afraid to talk to me. You can talk to her or her in that room. And they will talk to me if you're afraid to directly come to me about anything. But let's work on this, okay? Let's be a team. Let's be a family. All right, guys. All right, that's it. Appreciate it.